Hello there. Iran and Russia have lost the war. Iran's air defense systems rely on a Russian-made S-300, whose security features have already been breached by US and Israeli technologies. Whilst on the other hand, Israel still has the Iron Dome, which is unbreachable. Iran's abilities to produce weapons has been debilitated or been destroyed, and therefore unable to supply Russia with drones to attack Ukraine, or also to supply Russia with ballistic missiles to use in the Ukraine war, or even a broader war against NATO. Ukraine, obviously, as a proxy of the United States and NATO, still has a tremendous firepower as it gets the almighty US military and the North Atlantic Treaty Organization behind it. On the other hand, Russia has recognized that it has lost its Iranian supplies and has turned into North Korea. North Korea, as we know, that is also another weapon production house, just like Iran, caring nothing about human rights and human freedoms. North Korea is also going to suffer the fate of Iran. North Korea, by the way, is the same country that trained Zimbabwe's 5th Brigade that was used to terrorize and kill thousands of our people in Matabeleland. We are definitely not friends. North Korea must lose the war. So, as the US-backed Ukraine keeps pounding on that Russian and North Korea alliance, thereby uh, finishing off the supplies of both North Korea and Russia. We are not even talking about NATO participation here. We're not even talking about the hundreds of US bases around the world. We're just talking about slowly grinding Russia. Now we've already put to the ground Iran. Now we are beginning to slowly grind North Korea. The same North Korea that trained the 5th Brigade to do Gokrahund in the 1980s. This is the time to slowly crush them through Ukraine. Putin should not be allowed victory in Ukraine. Whoever is going to be the next US president, whether it's Donald Trump or Kamala, I don't know, Harris, should make sure that Vladimir Putin is not given victory in Ukraine. Trump says he is able to negotiate peace with Putin. Good for him. As long as Putin is allowed to go back to Moscow and relax. The Ukrainians have been able to breach into Moscow as well. They have fought battles inside Russia and given much more support and much firepower. They might even topple Putin himself. Israel is already having a mind of toppling the Iranian regime. North Korea, in their excitement, should perish in Russia. And on that day, perhaps the North Koreans will be free from a long-held dictatorship. We on the global south in Zimbabwe, especially we, the oppressed Zimbabweans, oppressed by an ally of Iran and Russia, ZANU-PF's Idi Mnangagwa, are watching with uh, with so much excitement as we see the forces of God destroying the forces of darkness. As we see that even the forces of darkness in our country are nearing their end. We celebrate Israel and we clap all the way until all terrorists including ZANU-PF that supports Iran, are dealt with severely so that the world order will be an order of freedom, peace, human progress, respect of all human rights, giving equal opportunity to all men and women, whether black or white, Christian, Muslim, Hindu, or other, straight or gay or transgender. Holy is the Lord. The equality of the nations is at stake. The war in Israel is the war for all of us. The wars coming from Russia should be put to sleep. Our generals in Zimbabwe are busy fighting who supports who supports Idi Mnangagwa, who supports General Chiwenga, who supports G4. Here's the thing, all of you cannot withstand the firepower of the free world. When the free world comes and demands freedom in Zimbabwe, it does not matter whether it's Idi Mnangagwa in power or is Chiwenga who has taken him out. The glorious power of Jehovah will destroy any one of you and both of you, including a terrorist organization that is aiding Iran and empowering Iran as it fights against the current global settings. ZANU-PF has touched the untouchable. ZANU-PF has done the undoable. Even without the knowledge of the common ZANU-PF people, Idi Mnangagwa has brought the case of the Iranians to our country. Israel has severely damaged Hezbollah and Hamas, and their father, the Iranian regime, is struggling to admit that it has lost the war. The Iranian leader was asked about the next step going forward. He refuses to give a clear answer, an indication that he recognizes that escalating a war against Israel will bring great ruin to Iran, so that it will never be able to recover ever again. The regime will be changed in Iran should they escalate, and so would be the fate of many other regimes that aid Iran, especially that regime in our country, which has long overstayed its welcome in Zimbabwe. Uncle Benjamin should come quickly, for the children of the living God have suffered for too long. As we look into Mount Zion for deliverance, as we look into the holy mountain of the Lord, so shall your salvation come, O little Israel. Have a great afternoon.